Guys, today I'm going to be talking about the evolution of aircraft maintenance. So I started my career in the year 2014. So I went to school to study aircraft maintenance engineering in the year 2014. And over the past 11 years, I have seen a significant evolution in aircraft maintenance, which I'm going to be talking about in this video. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the advancement in aircraft system. Man, this is probably one of the biggest one. And the reason why is when I started my career in 2014, right, I started working on aircraft like the Cessna 172, the King Air, right? And nowadays, the aircraft I work on are more like you have the 220s, you have the 787, and these are more advanced aircraft. These are more aircraft with more avionics system. And this is where I feel like we as aircraft maintenance engineers have to evolve now. And that is because technology is not going to stop evolving. It's going to get more complex in the future, right? And even notice more aircraft systems are leaning more into the avionics side of it, right? For me, I have never been a big fan of anything electrical. When I was in school, I was never a huge fan of electrical or avionics. But now I'm actually taking a type course, the 787 type course, and I'm seeing how the aircraft is more avionics. 60% avionics. You have the system, you have the FedEx, the EEC, the CDC, all these avionics system. And I'm like, man, this is a time I feel like if I want to become a really good technician, I don't have to just focus on my mechanical skills, but also I got to start learning more of the avionics side. And I feel like it's always going to get even more advanced in the future. So for you guys that are studying aircraft maintenance engineering or you're about to study the program, I feel like, man, this is a time you want to start developing not just your mechanical skills, but more of the avionics side, because nowadays aircraft system, it's not stopping the advancement. And was it recently I saw a video online or an article online, there's an aircraft that is being made, the engine is going to be electrical, right? And it's something that is going to happen, for sure. It's going to happen. Technology is going to improve that way, you know what I mean? And for us to also evolve as a person, as a career, now we don't have to just develop the mechanical side of it. We got to start developing the avionics side of it. And this is something I'm working on too. Like I told you guys, man, I'm having this type 787 type course, and I'm like, I have to start developing some avionics skills, you know what I mean? I have to start learning more of the avionics thing. And that is because if I want to evolve as a person, if I want to if I want to become a really good technician, I definitely have to have both the mechanical and avionics. So the second one I'm going to talk about is nowadays we have the digital troubleshooting tools. And this is where I feel like technology is beneficial to aircraft maintenance, right? Like I said, most of these new aircraft are more avionics, right? And that actually created easy digital troubleshooting tools. For example, I'll give you guys the 220, one of my favorite aircraft to work on, right? We have a system called FIM, right? It's called the fault isolation manual. So basically, if you have, I would say, a CAS message, right? The CAS message will give you a code, and all you got to do is take that code, put it on a FIM, and the FIM will generate the possible cause of that snag. You know what I mean? And this is where I feel like technology will be really, really beneficial to maintenance. And that is the reason why I say I don't see how AI is going to replace aircraft maintenance engineering in the future. Rather, it's going to be more beneficial to us. And this is something I'm seeing right now. Like I said, everything is more avionics. Now we have digital troubleshooting tools a lot. Like the 787 the type course I'm doing right now, I'm seeing even more than 220. You know what I mean? And this is something I feel like is going to get better in the future. And more, everything is going to be digital. Everything you're going to have, basically, you're going to be like a software engineer, right? Basically, everything is digital. You fix it digital. And this is something I feel like is going to happen, you know what I mean, in the future. So if you are trying to become an aircraft maintenance engineer, this is something I would say you should take into consideration. Do not just focus on your mechanical skills, because aircraft is evolving, man. Life is evolving in general, you know what I mean? So the third I'm going to talk about is the modern inspection tools. This is another one I definitely noticed recently, right? And that is because I actually have the qualification to do some more of I would say complex inspection. So I do a lot of boroscope inspection, for example, right? And I am seeing how inspection is even getting more easier, right? So now some stuff you can't see before, because of how technology has improved, now you can actually see them, right? Recently I saw a video, and actually a lot of companies are starting to do this, right? There's a drone that can do an inspection for you, that can do an airframe inspection. So basically, and the company I work for actually have that drone too, right? And some companies already have that drone, right? So basically you fly the drone does the inspection for you, and if there's possible dent or possible crack, it can actually pick that up, you know what I mean? And this is something I'm seeing. It's crazy how 10 years ago we didn't have this. When I was in school, I didn't have those tools, you know what I mean? And this is something I wish and I hope institutions are taking into consideration, because the old school way of doing things is not what is happening in real life. This is not what is really happening in real life. Technology is improving, you know what I mean? The whole way we were doing stuff 10 years ago, the way we were doing inspection, when I was in school, I was using my protractor, I was using my micrometer. Nowadays I don't use that. When last did I use a micrometer? I never use that to measure, you know what I mean? And that is because now we have a lot of tools to do that for us. And I mean, back then when I was in school, I was doing aircraft weight and balance, right? Nowadays all done systematically. No one does calculations for aircraft weight and balance. It's all done. There's a machine, there's a computer that does that for you, you know what I mean? So I really hope schools, institutions are taking that into consideration, and that is because maintenance is evolving, man. And the tools we are using in real life now, it's getting more complex, it's getting more advanced. Also recently I saw a video of, because I do boroscope inspection, right? And now there's this crazy boroscope inspection. So basically it's a small hunt, right? Just take a hunt for example, right? Basically you put it inside the engine, and the hunt walks around and do the inspection for you, and whatever snags, it does the measurement for you. It's crazy. And this is something I feel like is going to definitely happen, and it's already happening. It's already happening basically. So for you guys that are in school right now, I just want to give you guys what's going on right now, how aircraft maintenance is evolving. And schools might not even talk about this. They might still have, because I have not been in school for almost 10-11 years now, so I don't know how the education system is right now, but this is what is happening right now. We are having more advanced technologies, like the tools we use sometimes, the torque wrench for example, right? Now we have the digital torque wrench. It's not the whole school way of using torque wrench, you know what I mean? So hopefully you guys have seen these. Hopefully you guys have an idea. If you don't, I'm here to help you guys, because I'm going to be giving you guys the real improvement, the real evolution. And the last one I'm going to talk about is the advanced airframe materials. And this is another stuff I noticed too, right? When I was in school, most of the aircraft I worked on were aluminum basically, right? They're all made with aluminum. And nowadays the new aircraft are all mostly composite material, man. Like I told you guys, I am doing a type course for the 787, and that aircraft is basically 60% composite, you know what I mean? And the reason why is because it's light in weight, and also it creates more fuel efficient, right? You know what I mean? And this is something I definitely hope schools are putting into consideration, especially when they are trying to train, let's say, the structural guys. You know, the way you repair composite material is totally different from the way you repair aluminium. The way you inspect composite material is totally different from the way you inspect aluminium, you know what I mean? And this is something that I just want to let you guys know, people that are trying to get into the industry, just to make you guys have idea of how maintenance is evolving, so that way whenever you get into the career, whenever you start working, it's not like a crazy culture shock. This is something that is really happening, and I'm implementing that as an aircraft maintenance engineer, also to improve my skills, to improve my knowledge, and improve me as a person, you know, so that way I don't just get left behind. And so that is the few evolution of aircraft maintenance I have seen over the past years with my own experience. If you guys are aircraft maintenance engineers or aircraft mechanics, and you have more ideas or you have more suggestions of how aircraft maintenance has evolved, you can put it in the comment section. This is all based on my experience, man. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions, put it down in the comment section, man. For you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Peter. I'm a licensed aircraft maintenance engineer, and I do have hundreds of videos on my channel. So if you're trying to become an aircraft maintenance engineer, please do not forget to check it out. For you guys that are new to my channel, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.